Let's bring in Jerry Hairston Jr. He spent 16 seasons in the big leagues. Now he's an analyst for Sportsnet LA in Los Angeles. Of course, he has the Dodgers on lock, and he joins us now. Jerry, what are you expecting tonight as game one of this quick two-game series gets underway between the Astros and Dodgers? What do you think?
You know, guys, just watching that video right there of that World Series, I'm fired up. I wasn't even a player then. I'm fired. D-Row, you know me.
I think I'm going fired right there.
I know that guys like Clayton Kershaw, guys like Corey Seager, Cody Bellinger, who are on that 2017 team, are fired up. Now, this series is not going to make up for 2017. We all know that.
Right.
But, you know, they've been looking forward to this series for quite some time. And I know words were exchanged between the Astros and the Dodgers during spring training. And I think the last couple games in L.A. against the Giants, I think the Dodgers were kind of looking forward to this series. So hopefully there'll be fireworks, good fireworks on the field. They're entertaining games, and the Dodgers end up winning the series.
Yeah, Jay Hare, I want to ask you, I mean, this is going to be must-watch for me, but also must-watch is Mookie Betts. Give me your initial take on him coming in. What's it been like? Have you been around him at all?
Well, I got a chance to interview Mookie Betts in spring training. He's been my favorite player for quite some time. D-Row, I always tell everybody he's the guy I envisioned my career being. He just has way more talent. You know, he plays the game the right way. He's so energetic on the base pass. He's a six-tool player. You know, he's got a rocket arm, speed, power. He's got the defensive prowess out there, and he's got the show chain too, which I love. That's that six-tool. He's LA all the way. He hasn't got hot yet. Look at this play right here. I mean, that's all Mookie Betts right there. To steal that run right there, the anticipation. He does so many things a championship player does on the baseball field. He's a great leader in the clubhouse. So he hasn't got hot yet. It's been 4 games.
Yeah.
D-Row, you know. I mean, that's nothing.
It's nothing.
But he's going to be a game-changing type player for many years.
Jerry, Walker Buehler getting the start tonight for the Los Angeles Dodgers. What are you expecting from Walker Buehler tonight?
I expect him to be aggressive with his fastball. He's got to mix up his pitches. We know the Astros can swing the bat, but he's got to be able to pitch inside effectively. He understands that. He's got electric stuff. The fastball will touch around 100 miles an hour. He'll sit around 96 to 97 miles an hour tonight. But he's got a great curveball, and it's just as confident as a young man that I've seen. He understands that, hey, I got ace stuff, and I got to walk the walk and talk the talk, and he does that. And I expect a big year out of him, but I expect him to pitch very aggressively tonight against the Astros.
Should we worry about Kershaw, or is this just precautionary?
I think it's precautionary. You know, Clayton Kershaw, the last couple of years have had some injuries, and I think the Dodgers understand that. You know, we can't rush him back, and you know, being a teammate of Kersh, you know, he always wants to be out there. You know, he's always trying to play through certain things. I know he's getting up there a little bit in age. He's got to be more selective as far as making sure that, hey, should I push a certain injury or not? He wants to be out there for his team, and they're not going to rush him back. And he said, you know, a couple of days ago, he feels really good, and hopefully he makes his start in Arizona.
Jerry, we're going to put up the Dodgers lineup right now, and in an era that has had so much success for this franchise, where would you put this lineup in the recent history? Is it the best that they've rolled out?
I would say in recent history, this probably the best lineup. In 2013, you had a healthy Matt Kemp, a healthy Hanley Ramirez, Adrian Gonzalez. I think that lineup was as good a lineup as there was, especially if I was in there, you know, somewhere. But I would say looking at this lineup from top to bottom with no pitcher hitting, 1 through 9 with the DH. I mean, you got Jock Peterson hit over 30 home runs last year, hitting 7th. Veteran A.J. Pollock hitting 8th. I mean, this is as good a lineup as there's going to get. This is an American League type lineup.
Yeah.
You know, and they got tremendous power, some speed in there with Cody Bellinger and Mookie Betts. And this is as good a lineup as the Dodgers have had in quite some time.
Hey, Jerry, they're obviously the heavy favorite, but the expansion of the playoffs, and Mad Dog and D-Row talked about it, that, hey, you run into that one hot pitcher in a quick series, maybe you start to threaten the top seed. How do you think the Dodgers feel about the expansion of the playoffs in the current format?
Well, it happened to us last year, guys. You know, we ran into hot pitchers, Max Scherzer and Steven Strasburg, in a 5-game series. And that was a short series. Yeah. And obviously they beat us, and they were deserving champions, had a great postseason. But in a 3-game series, you're right. They have a puncher's chance. But that's just the state of baseball right now. We have to go through certain things to make sure we have a playoff. I think it's exciting adding more teams this season. It adds more revenue for the players and the owners. So you just have to deal with it. In a season, in a postseason, if you want to be a champion, you got to go through the gauntlet at some point. And even if it's a 3-game series, you got to figure out a way to get it done. No excuses.
How would you have listen, it's easy. We're done playing. It's easy to play Monday morning quarterback. You're seeing some of these guys, some of the celebrations, the Matt Olsons, the Kevin Kiermaiers, the team is coming out, and then the whole Marlins thing happens. Like, you were a very team first, rah-rah kind of guy, wanted to give fist bumps and pounds and all that stuff. How do you police it, Jay Hair?
Wow. It is so difficult. And D-Roy, that's a great point. Because of the short season, people are asking all of us, is this a legitimate championship? Guys, once you're a champion of this season, you can make a strong case. This may be the most difficult season players have ever had to go through, especially in quite some time. The celebrations, you got to tame down. There's no fans in the stands. You got to create your own energy. Things that just happened with the Marlins, the anticipation, did I test positive or am I going to be negative? That over your head. So listen, these players have done a tremendous job, man. And I tip my cap to them. I'm so proud of the way all these guys have handled this. And for them to go out there and try to work and provide entertainment. I know there's a lot of young players that haven't really made their money yet. They have wives that are pregnant. Yep. They need to play. People look at the players, the superstar players that are making $30 million, but that's just a couple guys. There's a lot of guys who are just starting their career, starting their families. They have to be out there and making money for their families. So I understand that, and I am so proud of this generation player to be out there and really trying to provide us a season. And it's difficult. So if you're a champion this season, man, without question, not only do you get that champion, you definitely deserve a reward for it.
Yeah, champion crowned in a season like no other that we've ever seen. Jerry Hairston Jr. covering the Los Angeles Dodgers for Sportsnet LA, former big leaguer. Jerry, always great to catch up with you, man.
Always great, guys. I got to go right now and shoot 2 under.
There you go. Good luck. Hit them straight. Hit them straight.
Nothing's changed. Nothing's changed, Jay Hair.